Feels good to be back here on a Sunday night watching some classic wrestling. Tonight, we're going back to 1998, the year I turned 21 years old, and we are going to watch WCW Great American Bash. I looked this one up on Wikipedia a couple days ago and really liked what I saw in terms of the card. I think I ordered this pay-per-view, if I remember right, because I do remember the Brett and Hogan tag. And this is right before Goldberg won the title the following month. But other than that, I don't really remember much about it or if it is even a good or a bad show. But I do remember looking at the card this week and seeing those matches and saying to myself, that looks pretty good. We're going to do that one. So Great American Bash 1998 it is. Hope you guys are having a great day. As we're watching the pay-per-view tonight, I'm sure we'll talk about the news of the day. Big news, R-Truth, Carlito, their contracts will not be renewed by WWE. They are out. We'll elaborate more on that this week, obviously, but we might talk a little bit about that tonight if we have a boring match, but we're here to have some fun. Watch some WCW pay-per-view. Yes, thank you. Oh, let me hear myself. Hold on. We might talk a little bit about that tonight if we have a boring match, but we're here to have some WCW pay-per-view. Yes, thank you. We should be good. Sorry about that. I am working with some new equipment here. Does that sound better? I'm listening over here. It seems to be all right, but let me know. It says it sounds like I'm underwater. Let me turn this off. Let me try this here. Now it sounds better? Okay. I had a tiny bit of reverb turned on. I think that's what it is. I'm still working with new equipment here. I finally bought an interface. I was playing with it a lot, making sure that I tested everything. I thought we were good. That might be all right. Does that sound a little better? Okay, thank you. That was just one little, okay, good. I'm glad you guys mentioned something. You got to tell me that. I did test it, but I did not notice that one little notch on the reverb was actually turned on. And I think that's what did it. I'm still learning. It's a work in progress to work with this stuff, but I finally decided to upgrade some audio equipment. And right on. I think we're good now. Okay. Everybody can hear me. The volume is not too loud. It's not too loud, too low, nothing like that. According to this, it's fine. There. Okay. I think we're good. Anyway, how you guys doing? Welcome. We're going to say some hellos, knock out these super chats. In the meantime, what you guys need to do, run on over to your Peacock, go find WCW Great American Bash. You're going to be looking for Season 10, Episode 1. And the runtime, according to Peacock, is 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 55 seconds. So it's going to be close to a 3-hour show tonight. We'll get going here in just a minute, hit play, so I'm not keeping you guys too late tonight. But I'll do some hellos real quick. Thank you guys for telling me it's better now. Yeah, I did see what the problem was. I did have a little bit of reverb turned on, which is why you heard that tiny bit of echo that sounded like I'm underwater. But I think I'm good to go now. I do have headphones. I just don't like to wear them. So I had them in earlier when I was testing, make sure everything sounded right. But anyway, still learning. We didn't have this problem yesterday, so I guess it's better to have this problem on a watch along than a podcast. But right on. Your voice initially sounded like bad AI. Okay. There's still a bit of wobbling. Man, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? Before we get going, I'm just going to try one thing here. Let me just try something here. Let me try this. No, I don't want that. Do I want that? No. I think that's about as good as I can get it in terms of how we're sounding. But I sound fine. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yes, Humble Heroics. This is live. We are live right now. So we are going to get going on Great American Bash here. Thank you again, guys, for bearing with me just then. Let me just do some quick hellos, and we'll get to it. Rodrigo, good to see you. Melissa Hernandez, Tatanani's in the house. Brandon McNeil, Mike Rouse, William Cullen, Michael Kumo. We got Zach Palgett. We've got Tatanani. Jay Richter is in the house as well. George Morris is here with his token 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? Great American Bash, 10 out of 10. Summer of 98, the best. What were you doing then? And working me Piatic meat. I was working. I was in restaurants kicking ass. I was about to be 21 years old. And I remember the highway to hell in that whole summer of 1998 in WWE, and WCW had a pretty fun one too. We Are Pro Wrestling's here. Good. I might have some questions. We got Colin Wright, Ryan Adams, Ryan Dempsey, Just Smitty, Fox Star Killer, got Andy Linnell, Mike Games version 1, Daniel Barry Sports, and the Juliet chiming in with $2. R-Truth and Carlito departing WWE. Yep. We'll be talking more about that this week. Foxstar has 5 more for us. Hey, guys, I'm having a 3-day weekend from work right now. So here I am joining in on the WCW retro fun. Hell yeah, 3-day weekends are the best. Good to see Richard R., who has been gifted a channel membership by the Juliet. Thanks as always for doing that, Juliet. DJG is here. Good to see you. Humble Heroics, Jamie Edwards, Jake the original Tribal Chief, and Mike Witt has got $5. Hey, Greg and chat, pour one out for R-Truth and eat an apple for Carlito. That sounds really good. Cheers to R-Truth and all his years of service in WWE. All the jobbers are getting cut. Otis and Tozawa next. I hope not. But usually where there is one, there are more. And this doesn't sound like full-blown releases. This sounds like people whose contracts are on the verge of coming up. The WWE is informing them they're not renewing. So it's a little bit different than releases, but still unfortunate either way. You know what I mean? Sucks. Absolutely sucks. Michael, appreciate the 5. I always wondered, what if that was Shawn next to Hogan in that thumbnail instead of Bret, and Bret stayed in WWE? Yeah, that's one of the biggest what ifs. I'll tell you what, that thumbnail was painful to make. I do not like to see Bret Hart pretending to be friends with Hulk Hogan. It's not a fun experience. But I thought that made for the best thumbnail for this watch along, so that's what I did. All right, guys, let's get this pay-per-view going and this show on the road, since I've already been kind of talking a lot here. Hopefully you've gotten your WCW Great American Bash pulled up. You can go to the WCW tab and search the pay-per-views, or you can just search this outright. Like I said, Season 10, Episode 1, and a 2-hour, 48-minute, and 55-second runtime on this. All right, I'm going to get my fingers ready to set the timer and the play button, and we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play, just like we always do. So hopefully you guys are queued up and ready to go. Where's my timer? Where's my timer? There it is. Okay. All right. I am queued up with my 2 fingers, and I'm ready to push the button. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. We did it over here. Oh, let's check out this wonderful video package that WCW has put together here for Great American Bash. The funny thing is, about a week or so ago, maybe not even a week, I looked up the card on Wikipedia. I forgot all the matches already. All I know is I liked what I saw. I'm like, you know what? That one will be fun. We'll do that one. Oh, is it Bret and Hogan against Piper and Savage or something like that? Is that what this is? I don't even know what it is. I got to look up this card again. I got to re-look this up. Feel like an idiot for not knowing. Bret and Hogan versus Piper and Savage. That's a wild tag team match. And then there's a Piper match against Savage that goes a minute right after that. Was there a stip like the winner gets Randy Savage for a minute or something? I don't know what that's about. Oh yeah, Eddie and Chavo, Juventud and Reese. What does that match look like? All right, Great American Bash. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let the summertime begin. Where are they? Oh, they're in Baltimore. Baltimore, Maryland. They went down to Baltimore to have big fun. Anybody know that reference? Long live Claire Huxtable. Tatanani, we got to do King of the Ring 2001 and 2002. I was looking through the watch-alongs this week, and I saw that we've done every King of the Ring except for those 2. So, yeah, next week, I don't think there's anything planned. I think we can be here 1 week from tonight. I got nothing. I don't have to work or nothing. So, yeah, day after Money in the Bank, we'll pencil in maybe King of the Ring 2000 or 2002, whichever one you guys think is better. Peter Gabriel. No, that's big time. I meant big fun. Peter Gabriel's big time. Yeah, I definitely ordered this on pay-per-view. I don't remember, though, much about it. Yeah, Domo 97. You were one. You were one for this show. I was 21, or about to be. Mean Gene. When did when did they split? When did the Wolfpack start? Oh, yeah. 01 would probably be better. That's when Angle was not only in the tournament, but also wrestled Shane. Yeah. It's probably the one to do. I'm surprised. We didn't watch the one where he went flying through that glass thing yet. I guess we didn't. I kind of have a memory of us watching that, but we must not have. I thought we did. Part of me thinks we did now, but I don't think we did because I was looking. Colin Wright, I did not hear about Ric Flair calling JR an attention seeker, but luckily for me, I don't give a flying fuck what Ric Flair says or thinks. Ric Flair is a piece of shit. And I have no respect for him whatsoever. Oh, that's right. The Benoit and Booker T Best of 7 is wrapping up. Okay, so thank you. We're up Pro Wrestling. Wolfpack just began right after Spring Stampede. Okay. I knew it was 1998 sometime. I just didn't know when. Oh, there's Brett. And Brett's wearing that Hogan shirt, right? Oh, Benoit doesn't want to win it that way. He's a respectful murderer. So Benoit and Booker, I guess, are going to open there if they're showing the highlight package. I do think it's a weird rule that if somebody comes in and interferes and attacks somebody, that the opponent is automatically disqualified for that. What if they had nothing to do with it? I mean, if anything, it should be a no contest. It shouldn't be a loss. Like in that situation, Benoit didn't ask for Brett to come down there. So, like, what? He just did. So all of this just for an opportunity to face Fit Finley? Oh, I love this music. Benoit's WCW theme, one of my favorites. So we got multiple. We have Booker T and Piper and Savage all working double duty here. Solid theme by Benoit here in WCW. Yeah, I mean, what we've got what Indianapolis and Oklahoma City. Wow. I got a big vacation coming up. I definitely need a couple of weeks in Indianapolis. Said no one ever. I don't know who I'm really rooting for in that in those finals. I don't care. Probably Indianapolis. I like Rick Carlisle. Used to coach the Pistons years ago for a little while. Shout out to referee Brian Hildebrand. So what was the date on this? This was June 14th. So Austin would have been champion. He was about to lose it or already did lose it to Kane and then won it back. Not sure if that happened already. I don't think it did. I think King of the Ring 98 was the week after or 2 weeks after. I want to say it was the 28th. I think it was 2 weeks after this show was Foley's Hell in the Cell. I recognize this building in Baltimore. WCW ran it often. Karrion Kross will be released again. I don't think he will. I actually kind of think he's going to be safe. I'm telling you, all this shit about him not, WWE needs to listen to the fans. I think they know exactly what's going on. I think they're doing this on purpose. I think they're actively trying to do something with him, even though it doesn't appear that way to the fans. I feel like Kross is going to be safe. Yeah, Mike, thanks for that $10. They will probably screw it up, but if they do it right, Kross could be this era's version of 2011 anti-establishment punk. Babyface Kross versus Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Yeah, that's how you get crossover. As a babyface, you put him in there against Logan Paul. And that's one, too, like wearing a shoot. I'm pretty sure Kross could take him. Or to be perfectly honest, I think if CM Punk and Logan Paul got in a fight, Logan Paul might win. I don't know if he would against Karrion Kross. Booker T is such a physical specimen. Jesus, he's so tall. I don't know what those things on the nose do. I know apparently they help you breathe, but how? Do they somehow spread your shit out or something? Like how to open up your air? Like I don't know how they would even work. Just put tape on your face. God, look how little Hildebrand looks here. I'll look up his death. Wow, he'd die a year later. Hildebrand. He looks very small here. Probably was already battling his cancer. Yeah, stomach and bowel cancer. Rough. Yeah, got diagnosed in October, and here it is June, and he's looking pretty small, and he'd make it another year. Rest in peace, Brian Hildebrand, one of my favorite refs. Bobby. Stu Hart trained the whole family. Only 3 of them used the litter box, though. Shut up, Bobby. What an asshole. That's interesting. If we do King of the Ring 2001 next week, which we probably will, these guys right here in the main event, right? Benoit's in there with Austin, and Booker T debuts on that show. Kind of ironic. No, it isn't. They are not going to get rid of Money in the Bank. I think that story about Triple H not liking the concept came out, and then everybody just assumes it's going to go away. No, it isn't. It's a moneymaker. It's an annual multi-million-dollar moneymaker. Just because Triple H doesn't like it, I'm sure there's more than just that he doesn't like. That's just what we heard about this week. Vince didn't like Survivor Series, remember? And people told him, no, you can't get rid of Survivor Series, and he changed his mind. Triple H is not going to get rid of Money in the Bank. That would be stupid. That would be stupid to do that over one person's personal preference. Head of creative or not, it ain't going to happen. Money in the Bank is here to stay. I mean, it is an over 20-year concept now. This is the 20th year, right? 2005 is when they started it. So if they wanted to tweak it or something, but I mean, it's become a part of WWE. Like modern fans, their whole lives, they've had to worry about Money in the Bank briefcases. Only about half my life I've had to, so, or my wrestling watching life anyway, I've had to. So briefcases weren't always a thing, but they've been a thing for so long. I feel like on the spot title matches are kind of here forever now. So good. Oh yeah, I do. I was about to say, I don't know who wins this, but I do. It's Booker. It's Booker. Ryan Adams, thanks for the 10, bro. Wish they would have made Truth versus Cena at Saturday night's main event, title versus career. Exactly. At least get some heat on Cena. Also calling Cole. Also Cole calling Raw in a tank top tomorrow should be fun. That's right. He's got to wear a tank top because of that bet. So I hope he's got a good one. 5 more from Mike. The only good thing about Pacers winning is we get to see Cole in a tank top on Raw. Yeah. Cole's going to be on Raw tomorrow with a tank top. I will not be here, incidentally, to do a Raw review tomorrow night. I'm going to come up later in the week to talk about that and predict Money in the Bank. Might even do that Tuesday, but I think Thursday might be most likely for that. I've got a tweet popping off about the R-Truth thing. I tweeted it out, had 20 likes, and then I went and did a bunch of shit. Looked at it 2 hours later. It's got 2,000. Guess people liked it. I think Booker T, I like Booker T's white and his red trunks. I might like the white better, though. I mean, all it's like that. Tony Schiavone just repeated it. All of this to be the number one contender for the TV title. Man, I finally got rid of my old annoying boom arm, which was a nice one. It was the top of the line. Spent a couple $100 on it, but it was just getting annoying. I got this new one now. You guys can't really see it. It's off camera, but it's so nice. I feel like, what was I doing for the past year and a half? Should have got one of these a while ago. As soon as that other one started squeaking. I've got a lot more room now to move my arms and stuff. Oh, does Cole have tats? I don't even remember what he looks like without a shirt on. I'm glad I don't, actually. Nice, We Are Pro Wrestling. Money in the Bank is on your 34th birthday this year. If you were a wrestler, that is the prime of your life. Felt like back in the day, everybody was winning the title at age 34. Right on, man. Well, make sure you're here on Saturday. We'll all sing. Or I'll make them sing to you. But they can't hear you. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll try to do something. I can definitely put a happy birthday song into this thing. I just haven't played with all the gizmos and gadgets yet. God, I love WCW's rings, like the way the bumps sound on the rings. What's the why can't I see it? What's the advertisements there in the corner? Snyder? Ha, Benoit. Benoit should have done the Samoa Joe walk away there. Fucking prime Benoit versus prime Booker T. Opening up a pay-per-view. Can you get any better? Wow, Joey Janela seems to have made up with that little MAGA referee in NXT. I guess he did an indie show, and Joey said he's changed his ways and cleaned up his act, and good for him. I love the skinny dude in the NWO shirt and the Jerry the King Lawler crown in the front row. It does, I know. The mic does blend with the shirt. You can't even tell I have one. I have 3 windscreens, but they're all the same color. I could get some colored ones, but I don't see the point of needing to see it. As long as my voice sounds good, I'm happy. Flapjack. Spinneroonie. Superplex, my God. Oh, they're going all the way up, too. Jesus. God. Unreal. Perfectly done, too. Shout out to Bill Apter at ringside, taking some photos. Yeah. German time. One. Did Booker T ever have a match with Brock? How did they never have one? They have interaction anywhere at all, anytime in their career? Oh, wow. Snapdragon. Oh, kick out by Booker. I love a good sweat spraying off the chest chop in wrestling. Those are the best kind. Benoit going for the header. He hit. You got to pin him, bro. I always point out Brian Hildebrand to the snotty fans. Aubrey Edwards, she takes too much attention away. I'm like, she does the exact same thing Brian Hildebrand did. She's no more animated than him. Or Charles Robinson, for that matter. But boy, the fans get butthurt about her, don't they? I'm like, she ain't doing anything a lot of the other referees haven't done. And if you had decent wrestling history knowledge, you would know that. Oh, that's a Snyder Simtech, whatever that is. Is that like motor oil? Oh, that sidekick that hit. The first one grazed him, kind of missed. Caught the other one right to the face. Yes, missile for the win. He earned it all right. So Booker wins the best of 7. Now he's going to face Fit Finley later on to win the the TV title. And he probably will. Imagine going through all that shit and then losing to Fit Finley. Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks for that, Ryan. I watched that game. Okay, so then I didn't order this on pay-per-view then, because I definitely watched Jordan's last championship game. So I have that memory wrong. I did not purchase this pay-per-view. So this is the same night of Game 6 of the NBA Finals and Jordan's should have been his final game, but he came back to be with the Wizards, which I'm happy he did because he would bring the Wizards team down to Wilmington, where he used to live, and where I worked at my restaurant for their team dinners at my restaurant. So I've done Wizards and Warriors team dinners in my life, 2 each. But that should have been his last game, Bulls and Jazz. What was the game? Was it the game? What game was he sick? Was that the previous year? Or was it because I think they faced the Jazz twice in 2 years, right? I think. So what year was he sick and he hit the jumper? It was like the go-ahead jumper. Was it that game? Java. Look at their little setup back here. It's so adorable. You got the J Brone on the computer. You got Tony the Tiger over here, Chavo bitching. This is a very 1998 image right here. Everybody wants to fight me. Bobby goes, which one was Chavo? Flu game was the previous year. Thank you. Okay. And not Westbrook. Who did he hit the jumper over? Like maybe it was a push off, right? Oh, what was his name? What was his name? I don't know why I thought it was. It's not Westbrook. It's not Russell, obviously, but maybe it was a different Westbrook. Jay Richter, yeah. TV title was your favorite titles back in the day. Look behind me. Right there. Look, I'm tickling it. Woo-hoo. There's TV championship. Got that in 1999. It is 26 years old now. It still looks as good as new. Byron Russell. Hey, I was close. I was thinking Westbrook. Byron Russell Westbrook. All right, Saturn, you still got almost 2 years left in this company. And almost 3 years and before you fall in love with Moppy. This feels like it's dubbed music. Well, maybe it's not. It's probably his correct music. On The Last Dance, MJ said it was food poisoning, not the flu. He might be lying. Because if it's real food poisoning, you ain't playing. You'd be shitting your pants on the court. Mortis. Or Canyon. It's Canyon now. I thought it was Mortis. Why is Mortis Canyon? Was he already out of that stuff? Oh, look. Oh, shit. There he is. That's a fake Canyon. No pop at all for that. Fake out. All right, Saturn versus Canyon. I like it. Canyon is another one that should still be here. The bullshit that poor man probably had to deal with due to being gay during the time and the era that he was active in as a wrestler. Yeah, funny too, Jay. The reason I got that one is because at the time, WWE didn't have replica belts yet. Only WCW did. And that was one of the closest looking titles to what a WWE belt would look like. I'm like, oh, that's the belt that closely resembles the IC, that I could actually physically get my hands on. And that was pretty much why I got that before I got the big gold, because I like that one better. I ended up getting rid of that big gold. I didn't like it. I need to get a new big gold. Look at Mortis. Gotcha. The previous pay-per-view is kind of where they did that. Oh, there's Lodi. Horace is out there. If you've never seen it, You gotta look up I think it's a U shoot with Saturn. And he just tells some most fucked up stories of him and Raven and Kidman and Lodi. It's a classy interview. Definitely need to check it out. Well over 10 years old. Probably older than that. Bye, Riggs. Bye, Scotty Riggs. Canyon, please wear the mask. Oof. Look at this superplex. Wow. You could do that on WCW's cable ropes. That would be tough to pull off in a WWE ring. Oh, really? They got a brown strap? It was so funny. I didn't know. I never knew until the advent of HD that big gold was brown. I could never tell. And then you start buying like DVDs and watching old footage, clear, crisp HD, and you're like, holy shit, that thing's brown. I never noticed it was brown until like 20 years ago. I'm like, what? What a mind blower. But WCW's their first replica of the big gold. And actually, I'm sorry, that was the first one I got. I got the TV title after. I did get the big gold first. That was the one they were selling first. And the whole reason I know this is because I'm watching a WCW pay-per-view right around this time, and there's some dude in the front row with a gold belt. And at that time, you're like, where do you get a gold belt from? And then you started seeing, like, I found them in like a magazine or something. They were kind of hard to find. And then I found where you can buy one. I mailed a check away. I had like wait a month for everything to go, process, clear, get it sent back to me. And I remember when I got that big gold, I took it to my friend's work. He's like, his parents owned a mechanic shop, and he was working there or something. I took it over to show him, and all of those mechanics flocked over like, God damn, what is that? They wanted to hold it, touch it and everything, sniff it. And they were just going crazy. I had the same problem when I went to wrestling shows and I took it with me. All the fans wanted to see it, hold it, and you had to make sure one of those little pricks didn't run away with it. Take a picture with it, all that stuff. And I remember the belt, the front of the belt was flat. It wasn't like concave. It wasn't like curved. And that's what I didn't like about it. It was just flat. It just looked way too, even though it was like a belt with a leather strap and everything, it was in the early days of replicas and it wasn't perfected yet. So I ended up selling it like 2 years later for like $150. Oh, no, not 2 years, a few years later, whenever eBay started. I held on to it until then and sold it for like $150 just to get out of my life. And I never rebought, but now they make them nice, so I would want to get another big gold. I'm going to be moving out of this house in October. So I'll have a different setup soon. So maybe I'll buy a big gold and put it in the background of the new setup. Is this a Ravens rules match or something? Why is there a chair? What did I miss? Why we got a chair? Are you allowed to use this chair? A little Sabu springboard moonsault. Nick Patrick seems perfectly fine with this weapon. Why don't you bring in a baseball bat while you're at it? No big deal. This is only the second match. Nice Russian leggy. I sound like I'm underwater again. I do. Are you guys sure? I don't know why I would sound that way. It's been a wrestling clinic. Missed. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, how do I fix that? Shit, guys. I don't know. I hope that's not too annoying for you. I don't really know how to fix that. Let's see if that's any better. I don't know. Shit, guys. I don't know. I hope that's not too annoying for you. I don't really know how to fix that. See if that's any better. I don't know. Trying to watch the match and still figure out if I've got this figured out or not. I don't think there's anything else I can do to fix this. I'd go grab another one. Better? Did I fix it? Okay, I know what I did then, I think. Better? Did I fix it? Okay, I know what I did then, I think. Okay, we're good? Sorry about that. I had it figured out yesterday. I actually don't know what I did there. Yeah, I still have some troubleshooting to do, but I think we're good now. Thanks, guys. Whatever I did just fixed it. Good. Good. Gargo sound like talking like Triple H. And I can mess with this. Like, you guys can hear that, right? You hear that change. So all the simple stuff I know how to do, but I'm not sure how to get rid of that, whatever that was. Mess with this. Like, you guys can hear that, right? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, got to read my manual on that one. Well, he was right by the canyon. Tanae, call that. What is that called? What's the half Nelson suplex called? Or the half Nelson, yeah, half Nelson suplex. I think Carlito was joking. I don't know what he's referencing there, but that whole thing about WWE making him pay back the money he stole is a joke. I just don't know what the joke is, you know? Carlito was handling it very well. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't. He never has. He's probably happy to be gone. Release trap suplex. Okay, thanks, Ryan. was hoping Tenay would tell me what it was, but he did not, so Ryan had to do it.
What do I use and how do I beat this man? Well, we'll find out if you can do it. Well, I tell you, Canyon is fighting them at all. They are both up on the top, fighting, pushing, tugging, pulling.
Oh.
Both men fell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That time, Canyon straddled the turnbuckle, the steel turnbuckle, and I believe hit his head and his neck.
This is a longer match than I thought it would be. Hey, there's Mortis again. Who's playing Mortis, by the way? Who's in the Mortis mask? See if we can tell. It's a little Mortis. A little tiny little Mortis. Is it Jericho? Wait, there's two Mortises. It's Mordi. No, it's definitely not Jericho. There's the big guy, though. Do we know who they are? I'm trying to see if I can tell who they are based on their movements. We got fucking Mordi battling with each other. Oh, okay. Thanks, We Are Pro Wrestling. Thanks for straightening that out for me. I thought there was some segment because he talked about like reviewing his Netflix footage, and I'm thinking that I missed a segment on Raw. I'm like, did he run away with some money out of the Judgment Day Clubhouse or something? I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. There's a flatliner. Is that not the flatliner? Tenay called it the reverse Russian leg sweep, but I kind of thought that was his flatliner move. Maybe not. And Canyon wins. We got double Mortises. Is this guy going to attack him? Yeah. It looked like he was going to attack him right from the start. Oh, it's Raven. Okay. Raven's still in good shape. Yeah, if I would have been following the story, I probably could have gathered that one of them was Raven. Yeah. So that means there's multiple Canyon outfits. Did they have to make these just for this match, or? Is this the end of Saturn in the flock? I mean, Raven's been there about a year now. I think he came in like mid-97 sometime. Or no, late 97. No, mid-97. You want a piece of me? Lodi was, ironically, from the small town I was from in North Carolina. A lot of people knew him. I never met him, but I knew a lot of people who did. There you go, Saturn. Takes out the whole damn flock. Yeah, Carlito was cool with me too. He got that crazy ovation at Backlash, in Puerto Rico, and then they brought him back, but I just never did shit with him. Reverse Russian leg sweep. It's on the back of his tights. Flatliner. He doesn't have reverse Russian leg sweep written on his gear. I don't know how I didn't recognize that was Raven. Looks like he even had maybe something covering his tattoos, maybe, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we saw something startling Thursday on Thunder when Dean Malenko literally gave up the cruiserweight belt. He wants so bad that he can.
Yeah, who was the other fake Mortis? Good question. That's what I want to know.
It all happened on Thunder on Thursday. Here's what went down.
You know, Chris, since Slamboree, all I've heard and the people out here heard, your constant whining and crying about being called a conspiracy victim. So, JJ, if giving you this belt tonight was my way of getting Chris Jericho back in the ring and finishing what I started at Slamboree, so be it. Because I got a lot of confidence in myself that I can get back this belt anytime, any place.
Okay.
If you intend to wear this belt, the executive committee is ordering you, Chris Jericho, to appear at the Great American Bash this Sunday. You will go in the ring.
So when was the Ciclo play match? Wasn't that in like '97? So this issue's been going on this long?
Let's see who really rightfully deserves.
Remember, Malenko took off the mask and he was dressed as Ciclo play, I think.
I'm the champion. I don't need a rematch against Malenko. I'm the champion. I deserve the belt. I legally.
Who was that walking down the road? Was that his dad? I forgot. Oh my God, they're playing Break the Walls Down. Instead of Jericho's perfectly fine, even flow knockoff. I can't believe they tried to put WWE music that wasn't even made yet. That was a year and a half away, a year and a couple months away from being produced on a WCW show. Oh, it was Ted Irvin. I thought so. Somebody was walking down the ramp on Thunder, and I'm like, who is that? Jericho's dad? And it was. I've met Jericho's dad. I took a picture with Jericho's dad. Oh, Jim Johnson was running double duty, working there in WCW and WWE. What a guy. I doubt that. WCW has some shitty themes. But yeah, like, what are they trying to do? Break the walls. Right? The debut version of Break Down the Walls. Not even the spiced up one. So lazy. It almost feels like AI is just going through and taking care of these edits for them. WWE has so much digital footage that is all a mess. Sometimes the WWF logo is blurred, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's a different WWE logo superimposed over the old WWE logo. Sometimes the music is different, sometimes it's not. It's all over the place. The only thing that's authentic is the master tape library that WWE has. Sometimes you have the WWE 24/7 logo from when they had that channel 20-something years ago. It's all over the place. Sometimes you'll even see WCW footage with a WWF logo in the corner. I love that Jericho's got the 1004 holds. I like that it's 1004, not 1001. It's just like in Superbad. Like McLovin didn't get a fake ID that said 21. He got one that said 25.
The young man was a great athlete, a great performer, could wrestle, but he
I'm 4 older than you. I'm 4 older than what you need to be. Shout out to referee Billy Silverman, who I do believe refereed in WWE as well. He's the only guy, and this is going by memory because I swear I saw that fucker on some early Raw shows, but he would be the only, he's got to be. I'm not 100% sure. This is only an estimate or a guess. We Are Pro Wrestling. You might have some info on this, but I'm pretty sure Billy Silverman would be the only referee that would work both companies before the buyout. Once the buyout happened, then Nick Patrick and Robinson and everybody came over, but that doesn't count. In terms of just plain referees, unless Alfonso was a referee in WCW at some point that I'm not remembering, which he might have been. Earl, I suppose, Earl was in NWA and before coming to WWE in 88. So I guess he would technically count. But who else? Referee-wise. Refs didn't jump ship, And if they did, it went relatively unnoticed. But when WCW was purchased, I think it was Mickey J, or they would call him Mickey Hinson, right? Mickey J, Nick Patrick, and Charles Robinson, for sure, all came over as referees, but Anderson didn't.
I don't know if he's rethinking his strategy or not, but Malenko went over to the point of attack and literally stopped that time.
Teddy Long. There you go. There you go.
Realizing that Dean Malenko's success has been when he's the focused Iceman and not the
When did Teddy come in? Because he was a ref first. But yeah, when he was reffing there, WCW was still going on, right? So that was still that even when Teddy Long was a ref, that was still pre-buyout, right? Yeah, Teddy Long. That's right. Randy Anderson, Pee Wee Anderson passed away. Oh, nice counter by Jericho. I do like Jericho's gear. I don't remember him ever wearing anything like that in WCW before, so that's kind of new looking to me. I may not have seen this pay-per-view at all. Because if this is, oh my God, Jericho, and then he put himself in a tree of woe. That whole piece of business sucked just then. Botched by both guys. But yeah, if I was watching the Bulls game, I definitely didn't watch this that night, and I don't know when else I would have seen this. I wouldn't have pulled it up on Peacock and watched it on my own. I'm not a masochist. So I probably never saw it. Probably first time for me. And just to be clear, I don't sound like I'm underwater or anything like that. We're good. Look at this. But that's part. I love that Jericho does that, though. Yeah, so this is kind of what I got going here. And so there's a lot of knobs and stuff. So I'm working on it.
And that's in the center of the ring. Now, sometimes the more you fight, the tougher it is on you. And I think Malenko knows that. First of all, the arms were flailing, but now he's slowed down here.
It didn't even look good, Fox. Like Jericho tried to do that upside down thing that Flair always did, but then he tried to come all the way up and then thrust himself forward to hit himself on the ring post. And when you're talking in the back about a potential spot, that probably sounds great, but the execution is just not possible to look good under our current laws of physics. And then Malenko, after Jericho did that, put himself in the tree of woe, Malenko tried to baseball slide in to crotch himself, but that didn't go right either. That whole thing was bad.
They got turned and he got out of it. One of the escapes. He's got it on. Chris Jericho. Leave a wake-up call.
Maybe Jericho really legitimately busted his head then on that. He just did it himself. It was self-inflicted. Because there wouldn't have been enough momentum for him to go up like that and actually smack his head. So when he did that, he might have smacked his head too hard and busted himself open hard way, which is kind of funny, to be honest. If that's where he caught it, that's where he got busted open. It was on that ring post spot. That was his own fault.
Jericho knew it. Great move by Jericho. He's trying to follow it up now. And Jericho is choking away at Dean Malenko. Winner of this match, Cruiserweight champ.
Okay, yeah, so he was there in 98 reffing. Okay, that's way before the buyout. So yeah, Teddy Long, Billy Silverman, Earl Hebner. Off the top of my head, those are the only ones I can think about who reffed both companies before the buyout, pre-buyout.
Fans are laying into Jericho, but I think Jericho right now is into this match focusing that out. Although he did turn to him one brief time, it looks out. Boy, is Jericho distracted just momentarily. Yeah, Mike.
Boom. Missed.
That momentary distraction allowed Malenko.
That's right, that's half a second he needed to avoid it. Malenko comes up with a great move to send Jericho down. Malenko seemingly has a second wind here.
Both of these guys work for AEW, which is kind of funny. 27 years later, both are still involved in pro wrestling jobs.
Smooth in the ring, executing the moves.
Malenko still seems to be doing all right despite his condition. I met him at WrestleMania 39 at WrestleCon. And that was 2 years ago. Still seems to be doing well, all things considered. Nope, kick out by Jericho.
Look on Jericho's face says it all. Malenko grabbing two hands full of hair and driving him face first to the mat.
No, Draws is not still alive, Gilbert.
Back body drop. Malenko knew what happened, but missed as he turned around and tried to nail it. Gets him in the midsection. Up on top again.
Punches don't look great, Dean.
He's firing away on the motion here. And Malenko could be his gut buster right here.
Oof.
Jericho fight it off.
Trying for that gut buster from the top. We've seen it before, but Jericho
Wow, nice.
Frankenstein over the top.
Frankensteiner.
No place to go but down. He had to do it.
Third match of the night and 3 10 counts. That's how much these athletes have given it.
Do you guys ever see the Curb Your Enthusiasm with Michael J. Fox and his Parkinson's? And he blames everything on his Parkinson's. And he like hands Larry David a soda. And then Larry David opens it and explodes on him. And Michael J. Fox goes, "It's the Parkinson's." It's so great. Feels like it's almost impossible to be able to smile or find humor in anything associated with that disease at all. But they found a way, you know.
I'll tell you, that was superb timing by Jericho that time. We thought he was down, but he knew what he was doing. Hooks Dean Malenko. Malenko trying to fight him off. Lands on him. 1, 2.
What's that? Okay.
Jericho
I was like, what are we doing there? Walls of Jericho. Or, I'm sorry, Lion Tamer. What am I saying? Look at Dean. That's right.
Holy smokes, what a matchup.
Why Malenko knew he was in trouble.
Oh, you just started it, Ryan? Oh, you're missing out. I've watched it right from the very beginning. I was like 25 years old when it started.
You really kicked in the high gear, bringing you right up on top now. Balancing is Malenko. Sidewalk slamming down at Jericho. Now,
Curb is definitely up there with my favorite shows of all time. It's top 3, easily. Ooh. There we go. Clover. Clovey. I'm kind of rooting for Malenko because I don't want to hear Jericho's Break the Walls again. I don't want to hear that song again on a WCW show, so I'm rooting for Malenko so we can hear his dun, 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 or whatever it is. Get to turn him. You got to turn him. There you go. He's close to the ropes, though. He's going to make it. Son of a bitch.
That shows me something about him right there. That shows me a lot.
well, no one's ever denied the ability of Chris Jericho. No one.
When he reached out, he had to.
And he did reach down.
I mean, Jericho statistically shouldn't lose because, you know, he knows 1,004 holds, where Dean, as we all know, only knows 1,000. So just when you do the math there, you know, Jericho's the clear favorite in this match, just based on move knowledge alone. Jericho's got the edge there. He's 4 better than him. Jericho wouldn't make it up. He brought the whole list and read it out on TV. It's not like he's lying, you know. So you gotta go with Jericho as the favorite here.
Slapping the man in the face.
If he was lying, then like, how do you explain the list? You know. He mentioned his dead father. I didn't even know that. I've told the story before. If I did go to wrestling school and I did think about it, and the one school I talked to was the Malenkos in Florida, and I was going to move and drive down. Ultimately, I opted not to go, but I had the paperwork. You know, and oh man, Dean's gonna get fucking disqualified. Son of a bitch. Well, we might still be safe from the song, though. That's really all I cared about. Unless he's counting out both guys, in which case we'll hear no music, and that's fine. But yeah, that wrestling school application, that was like, you know, at the end of Castaway where Hanks is standing in the middle of that crossroads. Am I going this way or am I going this way? And I'm happy with the path I took. If I would have gone the other way, I might be dead. Fell victim to drug and alcohol abuse and God knows what else. CTE, you know. I certainly wouldn't be the laid-back, chill dude I am now. I'm so glad we avoided the music. I didn't really care who won. Oh, there goes Silverman. I'm like, just don't let us hear Break Down the Walls on a WCW pay-per-view. Wrestling is hard work. It is. I read that. Some article saying, hey, if you're a wrestler, it's like not the easiest thing to do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it probably isn't. Yes, we are outside. It's daylight. It's daylight in Baltimore. I mean, you probably don't have to go very far to find a bomb-ass crab cake. And I'm serious. That part of the country, they know what they're doing with them crab cakes. Probably be the only reason I'd go to Baltimore. Ugh. I've been to Camden Yards. incidentally. Maybe they'll brawl into that. Yeah, there is full-blown cars. And he's stopping traffic? What? I mean, these aren't working. It's not a movie shoot here. These are real cars, I think. Jericho's running. I think that's Bill Apter. Bill Apter's running after him. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. There's no way these cars are in on it. That'd be wild, huh? You're just driving down the road and a wrestling angle just breaks out in the fucking intersection. Okay. We don't even know who won. This lists Jericho as the winner here. Oh, there we go. Jericho. Don't play his music. Just don't play his music.
No champion going into the matchup.
That brings up a point that we need to discuss, and when we take you back to the internet location. Go ahead.
Where Eddie's at the internet? Oh, what's up, Eddie? God, he looks exactly like Dominic. Shut up, Lee Marshall. I'm talking. Grandma doesn't want us to fight. Oh, it breaks my heart to see Eddie this emotional, you know? He's really going through it right now. How can Lee Marshall be so insensitive to Eddie Guerrero pouring his heart out here? Look at him. What an asshole. You're not great. You're an asshole. Eddie's trying to show real emotion here. And here you have Lee Marshall. Disrespectful. Be right back.
We have looked at each other, and we still need to discuss the situation here as it relates to one Chris Jericho. Now, we said the cruiserweight belt had been held up. Neither man came in as the cruiserweight champ. By all rights, I think Chris Jericho can lay claim to be the cruiserweight champ.
Well, makes sense to me, Tony. You think about it historically back through the years, even as a result of a disqualification, he won this matchup. I would expect Jericho's the champ.
Let's go to this look.
That's right. Yeah, Jericho should be the champ.
Never surrender. Juventud Guerrera.
On the Wikipedia page, it doesn't list who's champion. Oh, yeah, because it's vacant. Yeah, it just says Jericho won, so they must hammer that out some other time. Is this a Juventud video package? Look at Juventud. This is slightly disturbing. What is this? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very sexy. But I'm not sure the point. Okay. This is Juventud versus Reese. I can't believe this match is happening. What was the buy rate for this thing going up against the NBA Finals? Does it say? Did 12,000 in the arena for this.
Juventud Guerrera, native of Mexico, a man who
Well, thank you for that.
became a brand new man. And Juventud Guerrera goes in this matchup.
Oh, is this when he unmasked or something? Because I guess he wouldn't be in it. He had no mask on in that vignette, so that means the unmasking must have already happened. So maybe that's why we had that whole little thing happening there.
That makes sense to me. That was the deal going in. The championship belt was held up.
Winner gets the belt, right? Who won the match?
crazy how Bischoff was just unmasking these guys like it was nothing. What an ass.
Now we say never surrender.
I can't seem to find the buy rate on this show.
Here is a man who certainly exemplifies all of that.
And he's only giving away 4,008 pounds.
Well, I know there's a size differential here, but let's
He's only giving away 4,008 pounds.
from the fight. And when he lost his mask to the same Chris Jericho we saw moments ago, it lit a fire under Juventud that has not died at all.
Here comes, oh, I forgot he's in the flock. I forgot.
Reese is tall, Hoovy is small, so says
So who's he supposed to be? Like the bouncer for like a grunge band or something?
2 inches tall.
And 410 pounds is what he weighed in at earlier today.
And light on his feet.
Did a little research into this. I believe this is the biggest size discrepancy, the biggest disparity when you take into account both height and weight that we've ever seen in professional wrestling.
This is? The Giant didn't face anybody smaller than Juventud?
Juventud and Reese. Now, over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months, Reese has made Juventud literally his target. Juventud has had some great matches we've seen against Kidman of the Flock. Many of the matches interrupted by Reese. And for a man 7 feet 2 inches tall, I mean, he has basically made Juventud
Look how young little Nate is.
the focus of all his attacks. The size differential you talked about, you can see it. It's very obvious.
He kind of reminds me of someone, but I can't think of who.
Change his offensive attack against Reese.
If I was Juventud,
Yeah, what are you going to do, Hoovy Juice?
and punch him right in the knee.
Punch him right in his knee. I mean, that could actually work. Bobby Heenan's joking, but that could work.
Cruiserweights.
He's hurt no matter how big you are.
He's going to have to outquick Reese. He's going to have to outsmart him. He's going to have to use his experience edge against him. And I think maybe most importantly, he's going to have to work his way around the ring. He can't get caught in any of the corners against this big man.
He's got to do one more thing. Let's call his nearest relative.
All right, fans, we've been handed note tell us that we possibly will be able to touch on the cruiserweight title situation tomorrow. And once again, we all think that
Oh, good, guys. So if we tune into Nitro tomorrow, we're going to learn all about what they're going to do about that Cruiserweight Championship situation.
disqualification would have filled it out, but that's not the case.
Don't tune into those other guys
The winner gets the championship belt.
on Raw is Bore. Tune into Monday Nitro and find out who's going to be the new Cruiserweight Champion
He's a big bully
in WCW.
Why he picks on Juventud?
because he can.
Right.
Look at that. And Juventud comes firing back.
He won't stop, Billy.
No, he won't.
And WWE was still taping shows in '98, so hell, we could even give away the results of those other guys too if we want.
Juventud, now is a good time for you to go south of the border, pal. Take off.
Not the smartest offensive plan to try and use a power game against Reese.
No.
Going right into the battle with those.
Which actually, Raw would probably be live though. Raw would probably be live tomorrow because they would do every other week. So Raw would be live the next night. Then likely the Go Home would be taped. The King of the Ring Go Home would be taped. And then the night after, King of the Ring would be live.
He's only like 20 inches flat on his back.
They used to do the Tuesday tapings back in those days.
Now you're using your head.
You're not kidding.
He's been a sucker to big dummy in.
He's going to try to run him down. He's going to try to get him winded, get him tired. Now he's on the same level with him. You see that? Almost eye to eye. Up, down, but caught in midair.
Yeah. Where are you going to go now, Hoovy?
Good for Juventud except that last move.
See, that's the move that works on a cruiserweight. That springboard into the crossbody block, but not when you're 410 pounds.
Jesus.
Oh, look at this. No effort to gorilla press slam him.
I hate to ask. I don't remember
Top rope when he lands on his feet.
if Reese is alive.
Daring Reese to
He is. He's 55.
got him hooked up.
The Yeti.
He comes back at him again. Going for the knees.
Get him down is what he's got to do.
Way to do it, like chopping down a big tree. And Reese just too much strength, just overpowered him.
Cool. Reese is still with us.
Juventud
What are the chances Vince's new company competes with WWE? 0. Let him try. Let the old man try. He's only going to get older. By the time that thing gets off the ground, he's going to be late 80s. It's like Vince does not have enough time in life to be any sort of competitor. He's old and he will be dead. And just another president or two is all he's got. Is all we got left of Vince. Jesus.
We have said it so many times, Juventud Guerrero will never say die, will never quit. And he is showing us right now. As Reese goes to the attack again. Obviously, Juventud has expended the most energy in this match.
I have no idea what we can do now.
We'll find out.
I mean, if there was ever going to be a 1-minute match on this show, I thought this would be the one that's it. But this is like almost like a long competitive match when really all Reese would have to do once he has Hoovy in any sort of a compromising position is just, you know, rip his head off.
To the attack again, Reese, undaunted from that attack from Juventud. That was a massive deal. That was way up in the air, back down. Hit his lower back that time, hit his hip, you could tell it.
What size shoes do you think he wears? Got feet like Lanier.
Well, they've got to be 19, 20.
I don't mean Bob Lanier, I mean Lake Lanier.
This is June 98, so we were probably just a few weeks removed from, what, the final episode of Seinfeld, probably, right?
Boy, you're not kidding. It's what he's doing, fans.
98, what a time.
And that's dangerous because you could slip.
Clinton was on the verge of being busted with his dick in the cookie jar. Oh, what a time.
Trying to use the ropes to pull himself up, but this big man is 7 feet 2 inches tall. Stays right on him. Sends Juventud in. Up.
Oh, that's a China debut. Bear hug on Hoovy.
Toying with him.
We could have beat him any time. All you have to do is lay on him. He wants to punish you.
I think it's very apparent what he wants to do. But Juventud will not give up.
Sullivan at this time, I'm not 100% sure. He was in, out, and then in. So I don't know if this was during the time he was out. I don't know. This might have been. This might have been. I guess it was Sullivan, 98. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Sullivan.
This young man will never quit, but will never give up.
Oh,
Right into a fist in the face. In the nose, actually. Could have a broken nose right there.
Reese was quick to adapt that time, dropped down to one knee, and Juventud walked right into the right hand.
And once he had him on his own level,
yeah, why don't they do. He should have done a Reese's Pieces thing. What's her face did? The hot NBA player everybody hates? She got Reese's Pieces, right?
trying to pick him up and does so with ease for a vertical suplex. Now Reese, I don't know what he's trying to prove.
Crawling on hands and knees.
He wants him to count him out here.
Not going for the pin. Yeah, you're right. He's just waiting for him to count him out.
And Hoovie's still trying to get up.
Trying to get the 10 count.
One away from a knockout win.
He's up.
He pulled himself up. The young man, as we said, will not quit. Pulled the referee. Used the referee to pull himself up. It was not a knockout win. The match continues.
Where's he going now?
Well, in being true to the flock, he gets a chair.
Always use a chair when your man's 300 pounds lighter than you.
Always use a chair when the man is 300 pounds lighter than you. Is Hoovy going to... Oh, Robinson stops it. Come on, Hoovy, go for a nut shot or something. How are you going to get this... There's Van Hammers out there.
And it looked like somebody
Okay, Van Hammer's going to nail Reese. What was that about? Oh, that looks terrible. That was a little wonky, but it got worse. Okay, so Van Hammer. Okay, Van Hammer must have already left the flock or something. I thought Van Hammer was still with the flock.
Jumps off the apron to celebrate him and Van Hammer's victory over Reese. Reese is beside himself. Rips that good-looking.
Alan Carter, you just graduated in June '98. This pay-per-view was 3 days after my birthday. My 30-year anniversary is coming up in just a few days. 1995, early June. I don't know what the date was that I graduated. I think it was like June 8th or something. That's a scary thought that happened 30 years ago. I'm slightly a different person than I was back then. Here comes Chavo. Why is this not Chavo's music that we like? This feels like this is the actual music. Because when it's dubbed, the commentary team becomes hard to hear. Is this his real music? What happened to the dun 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 dun? That one hasn't debuted yet? That sucks. Yeah, Daniel, because Van Hammer was there before everything, you know, when WCW was the WCW of old, and Van Hammer was there. So they always factored him in. He had a good look. He always kind of like reminded me of like a Von Erich or something. He had that kind of look to him. Like a half Von Erich, half Sid. Maybe with a little dash of test, you know what I mean? Just a dash. Oh, this is Chavo's music. Or what I thought was Chavo's music. It's Eddie's music. At least we get to hear it. Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. What is a Blackstone? Is that a grill? Grills are awesome. I currently don't have a working grill. I've had 2 already since living in this house, but I've gotten rid of them. Yeah, Mickey J, referee. Good to see him. I like how WCW had the the cameraman's perch in the corner there. WWE always made them guys get up on the apron. You want a piece of Uncle Eddie? What's up, buddy? Mm.
My goodness. He almost at the top of the arena here. Eddie takes Chavo off his feet. And now Eddie. This is what a family fight's all about. I mean, it is relentless. A family fight between family members is usually the most brutal and dirtiest match you'll find. They're called domestics.
They're called domestics.
Mickey J is trying to assert himself here. He physically got between the men and pushed him away. Now Eddie, look at it. You see the fear? Oh my! See the fear on his face when Chavo came running out.
No, I don't think Hammer was the other fake Mortis. The other fake Mortis seemed taller.
European uppercut.
So I'm trying to think of the roster at the time, who that might have been.
Steps on the man's face on the way
Let's
to
look
the
it up.
inside of the ring. Well, whatever intensity Chavo had, Eddie has been successful in thwarting that here in the opening moments of this matchup. At least momentarily. Sending
Oh, I know who it might have been. I'm looking at WCW roster 1998. It might have been Alex Wright because he looked a little tall and almost lanky. I think it was Alex Wright. If I had to guess, it was Alex Wright based on who I'm looking at here. It's not like they had an NXT. I mean, they could have gotten a power plant guy, but those dudes knew what they were doing when they were Raven and the other Mortis, when they were exchanging blows. So those were two wrestlers. They weren't like developmental guys. And looking at the roster, yeah, it was Alex Wright. That's my bet.
and now Eddie. Getting his head bang to the top turnbuckle pad. All the way down.
Unless he was hurt. I mean, I don't. And I forgot.
You can almost feel the frustration that Chavo has. The anger that he has. Boy, that arm is hurt. Chavo, look at it. Look how much force he's using, pulling Eddie over. Doesn't want to make a cover. Just wants to pound Eddie Guerrero again. Pulls him up again to pound him some more. This is not a wrestling match. This is a bitter feud. A bitter fight between family members. Up. Great move, Chavo Jr. Eddie's back up, and Eddie's back down.
Seen a lot of wrestling tonight.
We sure have. Eddie, boy, put the brakes on. Nice move by Eddie.
I've had it.
Look at Chavo. Right out to the floor. Gotta bring him back to the ring. Rolling man, you hear Mickey J back inside. Let's go.
Oh, whose mullet was better, Eddie's or Dom's? They're pretty equal, but Eddie, he's the OG. But Dom pulls it off. He looks good with it.
That gives Eddie an opening. He's going to try to walk through it right now.
Imagine the Guerrero family sitting at home watching this.
Talked about Grandma Guerrero, of course, Chavo Sr., Mondo and Hector, the brothers.
Now, didn't love the Seinfeld finale. I thought it was cool how everything was referenced and brought back, and a lot of callbacks and stuff. But overall, not a huge fan of it.
And they're sitting all at home right now watching this, never knowing who's going to come by and steal the wheels off the house.
Eddie looks like in a little bit less good of shape here too, doesn't he? Compared to like when he maybe to like 97.
You hear the referee, Mickey J, checking out Chavo. You wonder what Eddie now wants to do. Does he want to further humiliate young Chavo Jr. here, as he's done so many times on all of our programs? Or does he want to just try to pin it, get over with the lead? Chavo, very fluid, moving over the toe.
And Chavo would stay there until the end. I think he came over in the buyout, right? So he was there longer than Eddie was.
Chavo's got more of a temper than Eddie.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that.
You know, but the more I watch him, the more I think that there may be a method to his madness.
You're saying that this was all a ploy to get back in the ring? Landed on his feet. Chavo to the other turnbuckle. Oh, and a moonsault. 1, 2, no.
What are you trying to say here?
I think that Chavo Guerrero Jr. is trying to prove a point to the entire Guerrero family after being humiliated.
Yeah, Chavo could have came in with the Radicals, but he still would have been second fiddle to your Eddie's, Benoit's, Jericho, who was already there, Angle. You know, so he might have been factored into some shit that Saturn was doing, you know, and stuff, but I don't know if it would have really helped him have a better spot than what he had when he got there. Chavo's good and everything, but, you know, I think WWE still would have had him probably at the same level of Saturn or Malenko. Oh,
Tooth and nail here, and the result is both men are dazed, both men are injured, as you can see.
yeah. Eddie's got some scrapes and bruises on his shoulder.
The better of the two as far as being into this matchup. Chavo face first here on the mat, and Eddie starts to stalk him. Now the question is, Eddie has the upper hand. What will he try to do? Destroy him? Can he get it over with? Humiliate the man?
Oh my God, what a brain buster!
That's his move.
See how he pulled him to the mat with him when he took him over?
Well, look at this.
He just snapped again.
It grabbed him. He stepped him.
Chavo's up, no selling. You gonna choke slam him?
As soon as Eddie slapped him in the face, he just throttling him now with that.
Oh my God, now he's just choking.
To be tough, you want to be more aggressive.
Oh, Chavo's gonna get disqualified.
Said he's gonna try to pin him.
Nope.
Mickey J physically pulls the man away. And I want to give Mickey J some credit here. He could have disqualified Chavo Jr. because he went past the 5 count, but I know as much as anyone, he wants to see a winner here. And so he's kind of relaxing the rules here. And there's a chase going on in Baltimore.
It's pretty crazy that Eddie would only be alive, what, 7.5 more years? That's just crazy.
What's this, the Preakness?
Behind the referee. Chavo just trying to go right through the referee to get to him. And again, moves the referee out of the way.
There you go, smart Eddie.
Oh boy, did that open up the back of the knee.
Did you feel like thighs mislaid almost?
You're not kidding. He may have destroyed the knee on that drop kick.
We never really got like any sort of. There might be a match.
Chance earlier to maybe try to pin the
What interactions have we ever had between Eddie Guerrero and Ric Flair?
do exactly what we did.
Like, it would have been fun to get a match to see who could cheat better than the other. Like, you'd think that both would see the other's shit coming, you know? I think Eddie might win that battle. I think Eddie's smarter than Ric Flair.
It's more than just humiliation at this point.
Yes, it is.
That would be funny, you know, the battle for the dirtiest player in the game moniker.
Now has to shut the pain out and move the torso up.
But don't forget, before he slapped him in this figure four, he had drop kicked him twice on that knee, blindsided him to begin with. He's in trouble.
Got a 2 count once again. Eddie turns his attention away from Chavo Jr.
Well, that's a sign of frustration.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is. To the fans, and Eddie,
For the last 10, 12 minutes, he hadn't said a word to the people.
he let the hold go. And I think what we're seeing here again is Eddie did not want a submission right there. He wants to further injure Chavo Jr.
He wants to just dish out more pain and punishment. It appears now having there's a move out of the family playbook.
It looks like he's about to do Mercedes finisher.
Glory Guerrero.
Oh, did he? Okay, so Eddie did steal Eddie Guerrero versus Ric Flair, Bash at the Beach 96. Okay, we have a match. Thank you, Mike Games. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Okay. And apparently he stole Flair's wallet at the Rumble. And Eddie wrestled Flair on Raw in 02. Okay, so they've had interactions. I figured they had because they've worked the same places before, but I was drawing a blank on when.
Tries a drop kick, swatted away by Eddie. Oh boy, and that one
That's cool. They should have made it a feud, though. They're probably standalone matches, right?
Experience is showing here.
yeah, it really is, Brad.
Maybe not that 02 one. They could have made something out of that 02 one.
Experience edge for Eddie Guerrero in this matchup. There's just 2 years that separate them in age, but in terms of in-ring experience, you're looking about a difference of 7 or 8 years with the edge to Eddie Guerrero.
But don't forget, while Eddie was on the road wrestling and toning his skills, wasn't Chavo in the detention center for a while?
No, he was not.
No, he was not.
You're lying again. And now we're going to check in the Chavo, and you saw Mickey J said, no, the man won't give up. Chavo did not give up. Eddie let him go again. And now Eddie's starting to hit him every side here, and I wonder,
Yeah, Eddie is a little out of shape in the middle for him.
continuing here now or not.
He's not looking his best.
Fans starting to chant, and
He's got the Baron Corbin belly button. That dreadful thing. Probably gonna plague him for life. Every woman he's with is probably like, why is it smiling at me?
Not done yet. Another submission hold. A backbreaker over the shoulder. And you heard Mickey J telling Eddie he said no. So Eddie spins him around and drops him down. Very whirly birdish. Very much so. And again, Eddie. As Chavo still has not given up, has not been pinned,
Ooh,
been knocked down.
ugly looking body slam.
Chavo holding the ropes on that scoop slam, but still got the effect of it from Eddie. Here goes Eddie. There goes Eddie. Oh boy. He hit hard on the outside.
Does Chavo have anything left? I guess we're gonna see.
You think so?
Here he comes.
Oh, dove all the way over him.
He almost missed that time over top.
Never touched the top rope. He went airborne, twisting and being able to somersault off the suicide dive.
He's lost the
There he
leg.
goes. He just snapped again.
Pulling the bunnies down here at ringside. And
There's some Playboy bunnies here?
back in they go. Rolling him in. You're such a lame brain, Bree.
Zane, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the 5. Yeah, only one in the ring still alive. Chavo is one of the many wrestlers that I was able to have a conversation with in a Waffle House. I think maybe around 03-ish or something like that.
Bulldog, 1, 2.
Just got the shoulder up.
Well, I know it's right. I thought it was over.
We've seen some near falls tonight.
We really have. Chavo Jr. back into it again. Scoop slam, down he goes. And now Chavo Jr. Little family game once again. Possibly so.
A little too much time, I think.
I think so. I think it's the experience we talked about.
I think Eddie's playing possible.
Maybe right. We're going to find out. You're right. Eddie up.
Oh,
Down.
ooh, that could have been a dangerous fall. Chavo was selling the knee, but that could have been totally for realsies.
And that's the one he blindsided, too, I think. That right one.
Here comes Eddie. There he goes.
Missed the froggy.
Now, who would know him better than Chavo Jr., able to avoid the frog splash?
They've gone all out. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they really have brain, and but the remarkable thing is they're still both into it. They both got up now. The count from Mickey J. Tornado DDT attempt. Taxi move.
Ooh,
Shot all the way outside.
it's actually a good move. Tornado DDT him over the top rope. That acts as a
Hit the top turnbuckle.
clothesline effect.
Chavo up.
Oh, ooh, that was smooth as hell.
Chavo trying to pull him in. Springboard upon the Chavo.
Wow. Holy shit. Damn, son. Look at Chavo with the big boy win on PPV. Holy crap. He totally gets the shoot or the clean win here. Show a replay of that. That was good. Look at this. I mean, that dive was nuts. He was. Yeah, I kind of wish Chavo would have been WWE at this time. Forget the Radicals. Like, I wish he was there now. He'd be would be one of the best they had at the time on that roster, that '98 roster, which wasn't good. They had the Quebecers on it. Chavo. All right, I'll be right back.
At the Great American Bash. Still that crowd as we sit in Baltimore, in the Baltimore Arena. And you know, fans, later here tonight, Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper will be a tag team. And then they'll go on to the one-on-one in singles competition. They both agreed on that. But as they go into the match against Hollywood Hogan and Bret the Hitman Hart, I can't see how these two men can survive as a team before they get back in the ring in singles competition. The hatred is that deep, Bree?
Well, like I said at the beginning of the program, that's what Bret Hart has done. And he's probably done that on orders from Eric Bischoff and Hogan. They torn this team apart. I don't know how good they were together at the beginning, but they torn it apart. They're going to fight each other. This is going to be a war. It's going to be a battle. Someone's going in the meat wagon tonight.
That's a good point. He said he didn't know how together they were beforehand, and he's right. They've always disliked each other. It's been heightened even more.
It's going to be one for the books. It's a team united with Bret the Hitman Hart and the Hollywood Hogan against a team divided with the Macho Man and Rowdy Roddy Piper, and then they go one-on-one after the tag match. They can be able to coexist as a team.
I don't think they can. You talk about how divided are Piper and Savage? Take a look at what happened Monday on Nitro.
All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Or the absence. Whatever you want to call it.
Is that right?
God, it's weird seeing these guys and
That's right, you dingbat. This Motown, brother, and I'm not having a real great day. You know what I'm saying? And I was born at night, but not last night. And you're saying that you're my friend and you want to stick together? Well, I'm not buying it, brother. I'm not a mark, bro. You think the
I'm not a mark, bro.
I'm not selling anything. I'm saying this. I'll tag up with you, and I don't mind beating the double H's, but after that, your ass is mine.
Savage and Piper used to do commentary together on WWE Superstars. Piper was on commentary when Savage proposed to Elizabeth. And now they're like in WCW, feuding. 11 years after Piper retired in 87. Crazy. Oh yeah, it's time for Booker to get his title shot. There's a million matches on the show.
Well, I think the good news here for Booker T and his fans is he's had a little while to calm down and maybe how much did
Yeah, Savage would get injured, and when he would come back, he kind of changed his look there and had Gorgeous George with him. He was just swollen, but he's pretty damn big there, too. I mean, Hogan and Savage still in pay-per-view matches together in 98. I mean, they had a little feud in like 86, you know, like going all the way back that far, like way before the Mega Powers. Like, I cannot believe how connected they were for so many years. Like, literally 3 different eras. There's that TV title. Mine looks nicer. Just throws the sign back. Finley's got the most generic music I've ever heard for this time. This is probably recycled for like 9 different guys.
it was respect, admiration, distrust, then it was a heated rivalry, and in the end, came back to respect once again.
Foxstar, you like it. It sounds like a theme I've heard several times in the 90s. I think they've replayed that. I think that's a public domain song.
The good news is, unlike our other television programs, Nitro and
But yeah, Finley's WWE song was also stupid. It was super animated.
time limit, we understand, and here we go. The bell sounds off and running.
let's make your theme all leprechaun-y and dress you in green and give you a shillelagh.
Well, the brawler from Belfast has a couple of advantages. Obviously, he has the inherent advantage of being the world's television champion and everything that goes with that. But he's also been able to sit back and watch and scout Booker T in that series of matchups with Benoit where Booker T pulled out all the stops. Finley has seen all of Booker T's offense.
I don't believe anything that Hogan says, but I do kind of think there's a little bit of truth to him in Savage Squash and Beef because people have corroborated it, if I remember right. It doesn't, it's not one of his many, many outlandish, horrendous lies. I definitely think he's embellishing the story, but I don't remember, I don't have the example, but I do remember hearing somewhere else that the belief was that that happened.
Watch the referees count. And you gotta work that clock. You gotta make sure the guy makes mistakes. But when you're going for it like Booker T, the clock's working against him. He's gotta go for it. All out. Speaking of going all out, Macho Man and Roddy Piper, two men throughout their wonderful careers, stellar careers, have gone all out, have really gone all out over the past month.
And Piper and Savage never really had matches in WWE.
In a few moments, and then we'll go all out against each other. What about the Giant and Sting? Giant wins. We know who he's going to pick, right? The Disciple will be his tag team partner. Sting should
I feel like in like 91 or 92, there's got to be a tag involved in WWE involving Savage and Piper somewhere because they're both involved with Ric Flair, and one probably exists.
got just as big almost. You guys remember Wolfpack Rules from not too long ago? No, but hum a little of it. When they Wolfpack didn't name anyone as a member of the tag team champion. That leveled it.
What a flying forearm. Got him hooked.
Only a one count again. Booker T hitting with everything.
There you go. And a hype package for Vader. Yeah. There was also a WWE hype package for, it was WrestleMania 10. It was right before the Bret Hart Yokozuna match. The hype package song they used for Yoko was the Road Warriors theme in WCW, and like when they were on Nitro in like 96 or 95. Early days of Nitro, they were kind of on it, and they used that song.
Often said that Booker T can move just like a cruiserweight.
Come on, Booker T. You went through, what, I guess 8 matches with Benoit, and you can't not win the TV title. You got to finish your story.
Single crab, half Boston crab that time. And pulling back, I was wondering if Fit Philly now, little version of a rope-a-dope, knowing that Booker T had a previous grueling matchup, was letting
Indian Deathlock.
get the momentum, get offense, absorbing what he could, so that the little bit of steam in the step that was Booker T at the beginning of this match would be taken out quickly.
I think it's easy to see what Finley's strategy is. He's watched as Benoit and Booker T fought in that Cleveland series. He saw the knee of Booker T injured this past Thursday on Thunder, and then also watched Benoit work over that knee earlier tonight, and he is totally focused on following up that advantage.
Well, Finley's done his homework. Of course, we all know that knee's been damaged, but he is taking advantage of it. Oh, is he in pain?
Oh, is he in pain?
Half Boston crab hooked by Finley.
And that knee pain, that's not the kind of the pain like, oh, you know, I woke up a little sick. That's a burning pain. That's like a toothache. Yeah, that's a pain that's going to haunt him for many months. Very, very smooth tactics here by Fit Finley. He let Booker T pound away. He absorbed all he could. And
Yikes.
his whole focus has always been
Ugh.
tap out. There'll be another day.
Look at him twist. Bone on bone, Tony, putting the knee right on the knee of Booker T, and then just breaking back and torquing the ankle.
How much more can he take? The average guy would have given up 10 minutes ago. I agree with that, but Booker T is not the average guy. Booker T is a champ. He's proved it many times, not only in singles but in tag team wrestling. Pushes Fit Finley away, but Fit Finley comes right back again.
Oh,
Single leg pick up again. Uh-oh. Bad news for Booker T. Fit Finley's got more in mind for one part of the body. Not only did he slam it down, he held on to it.
He knows all the tricks, doesn't he?
Boy, he sure does. Again, Brady gets back to the old adage now. What Booker T is trying to, or what Fit Finley's trying to accomplish here is the fact, hey, the match gets thrown out, I get disqualified, so what? I retain the title, but what I've effectively done is...
yeah, Piper Hogan versus Savage Sid. I could see that. Savage and Sid. Oh, okay, that would have been when Savage was still heel. But man, he was retired as a heel before Sid got there. So that might have been when he might have still worked some events. I don't know, in like the summer of '91. Maybe he was working some matches, but on TV he was retired. Oh, there you go. Steamboat Piper, JYD, Savage, Adonis, and Race. Yeah, hell yeah, in Youngstown. That's awesome.
His ability by almost pulling away a victory in what looked to be the jaws of defeat. It still looks that way, to be honest with you.
It's not going to break Finley's concentration on working on that knee, is he?
And those where the other wrestlers sometimes make a mistake, they allow the crowd to become involved. Finley doesn't know how many people are out there. Doesn't know if one's out there or 25,000. He knows with that one man right there. Booker T is the man he's concerned with.
Well, you know, some wrestlers and some athletes in this sport, we've known this for many years, Mike, they draw from the boos and the sneers of the fans. That gets them fired up, and I really think that Fit Finley is one of those athletes. When they boo, when they jeer Fit Finley, it almost seems to even pump him up even more to get him to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, he turns it up a notch, Tony, no question.
I know when I get booed and jeered, I feel at home.
Yeah, you've done that all your life.
Now look at this. Wrapping the leg and the knee around his own.
Look at Hildebrand. Look at Mark Curtis on the mat, laying flat on his back.
Said that here tonight. Never seen a move
It has
like
been
that.
a night of firsts with more to come.
Yep, you're not kidding. And now, not only the pressure on that knee,
And it's always the fans who think they're smart that say those things about Aubrey Edwards. I'm like, bros, you need to look beyond the fact that she's a girl and start thinking about other referees that you can think of in your life. Beloved, legendary referees that have done the same amount of shit.
He can fight for his knees. And he
Look at him. Mark Curtis is all over the mat. He's up, he's down, he's laying down. He's probably going to do a backflip at some point. Because that's just who he is. He's badass. All right, somebody is getting thrown out in the stands. Fans are distracted by something. Mike, it was probably you. You were probably there in Baltimore. Causing trouble.
a lot of respect in the locker room for Fit Finley.
Probably got warned twice, and then now they finally have to throw you out. Fans are cheering, throwing shit at you.
he's enjoying this. He looked out to the fans. He glanced over to his opponent, Booker T, almost as if to say, do you like it? Can you take it? And I can say the answers are no and maybe. Maybe he can take it. I'm not sure. Hand over his face. Booker T trying to shut the pain out of a relentless world television champ. Once again,
Youngstown, Ohio is to thank for the Irish car bomb. I remember working with an Irish server one time, and he hated that drink. I wish I could do his accent, but he was just fucking disrespectful, man, you know. And I was like, I understand. Fuck that, he hated the name of the drink. He's like, don't ever say that around me. I'm like, I won't. Don't worry.
Great point about his international reputation. The WCW World's TV title may be his first taste of gold with World Championship Wrestling, but a many-time champion over in Europe, Fit Finley.
You know, I went on a promotional thing one time over to England, Germany.
Finley, you know what? A good question. I don't know if Finley is there or not. He might be. I think he's still there, but then again, could never really tell how old he was. Come on, Booker. Grueling match with Benoit earlier.
That time he wrapped the knee right around there.
Looks like there's no give to Booker T either. He's still pulling himself up.
he may win by count out here. He's here to make an example. I think it's very apparent. And to send a message to any would-be contenders that he is
the ref crew was astonishingly good in those days. You know, WCW had good ones. You had Mark Curtis. You had Robinson, Mickey J. I never liked Nick Patrick. WWE had Earl, you had Timmy White, Kyoto. Oh, fans are distracted again. They're singing "na na na na" something, but somebody's Mike's getting booted. That's what you get for bringing that Youngstown, Ohio attitude up into Baltimore. I wish we knew what that fella did.
Well, you know, I can understand that early. I mean, when he is this far ahead, and he is right now dominating this matchup, you can really understand where the focus can be lost. Of course, when you believe in yourself, when you're as arrogant as Mick Finley, it comes into play as well.
No, he's not a wimp. Apparently, he beat up 9 dudes, and so they're throwing him out. He beat up half the section, so they're like, "Oh, we got to get you out of here." So fans are happy because if he would have been allowed to stay, eventually he would have gotten to them, and it would have been their turn to get their asses kicked, and that's why they're so happy.
I don't think Booker T is anything like you, Brain. He is not a quitter.
Zane G, yeah, man, thanks for the 5. Yeah, Carlito is out, so is R-Truth. I did put up a post, albeit a sarcastic one, on social media today. It's a shame. I mean, R-Truth is in his 50s and whatnot, but this is a guy who just faced the world champion on national television a week ago. So he still contributes. He's been featured recently. It's not like he's been benched. There's no real reason to do that. He's well-loved, beloved by everybody. It's a shame. You know, it's all part of business, but at the same time, WWE is just not endearing themselves to the fans right now. Here comes a tombstone reversal. Oh, Booker was not. He's going to still try to do it? That looked like shit. You can't, when you botch something like that, you can't still try to do the spot. It's done. And they tried to still do it.
Finley will send him into the air, still going. Finley missed completely, with the exception of the steel turnbuckle.
Mike's right. We cannot prove anything. Nobody had cell phones to record this shit back then, so you just got to take my word for it. Oh! Is that how you're supposed to execute that? Is that right? I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Poops. Is that right? God, that was gnarly. Did you see? Was that like a half tombstone, half regular pile driver? It wasn't proper. It wasn't a wrestling school pile driver, that's for sure. Holy crap. Well, at least he won the TV title. Is Booker... wait, is Stevie Ray going to attack him here? Is this when Stevie joins the NWO? Maybe not. Maybe not quite yet. They're not... I want to show the replay. I don't want to rewind it because I don't want to fuck my timer up, but... Damn. Give us that replay. Guys in the truck, monkeys in the truck. There we go. Come on, give us that sweet, sweet replay. Glancing blow there on the spin kick. That scissor kick. Oh, scissors him. They might not show the pile driver because it looks so terrible. Oh, here we go. Nope, show us. Come on. Here we go. Please show us. Now, what is going on here? What did I watch? Up you go. Oh, Finley's just not hanging on. Oh, it's still not right. Yeah, I don't know. That just looked so weird. So Booker came down on his knees like a tombstone, but had him in regular pile driver position. So it just looked bizarre. Oh, here comes Wolfpack music. Oh, it's Conan. Oh, this is I think it's Goldberg. And we got Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig backing up Conan.
This is the man that both Kurt Hennig and Rick Rude nominated to take Kurt Hennig's place. Kurt Hennig sidelined with that knee injury. Conan's going into battle. What an opportunity it is.
Hennig is like overselling the limp there, unless that's legit.
Gain another championship reign, but also the chance to derail you know who.
The man. But I think this is the toughest opponent Goldberg's had. And what a feather in the cap of the NWO Red and Black that they can say, we beat Goldberg.
Yeah, I always thought that Hennig and Rude were in the black and white. Do they turn here and go to the black and white? Wow, Goldberg and Rick Rude in the same place at the same time. That's pretty cool. I think Rick Rude would kick his ass.
That sign is anticipated, what could be a milestone victory for the United States Heavyweight Champion as Dave Pincer mentioned, 99-0.
He's 99-0, huh? Wow. He debuted in September. Late September. So you're talking 8 months. Maybe 9. I guess that's 10 wins a month. That's not so bad. And there he is. And then in just a couple of weeks, they're going to be like, you know what? You're going to be champ now. I remember this rise of Goldberg before he won the world title. He was definitely pretty impressive. I was a WWE guy, but it was kind of hard to deny. I'm like, oh, this guy's got a fucking look, doesn't he? Jesus.
That's just what Goldberg needs. More motivation. Good luck, Conan.
As the chant of Goldberg rings out here in the Baltimore arena.
Yeah, they are loving him. He is over as hell.
Conan took the match for an injury for Hennig. Hennig and Rude at the ringside. Trying to keep the unblemished mark and to make it all the way up to the Century Mark.
And remember this, the NWO will do anything, and they will do anything, because they want to
Can't believe this dude's going to have his retirement match in a month. Yeah, they did. He looked like he was still walking up the stairs when his song turned off. Oh, yeah, song's over. We don't loop it here.
taking this sport by storm.
A man impervious to pain. A man who can literally do anything he wants in the ring. Anything. Any hold. We've seen it all from Goldberg. A headlock you can't get out of.
Tried to shoot him off into the ropes, tries to use those open hand palm thrusts. Well, finally back to the hammerlock.
I don't know about any of that. Let's be careful, guys. That's that one move he learned at the power plant. He used that on Hugh Morris in his debut, that little rolling thing. It's like the rocks float over a DDT on the backdrop counter. Learn that shit in a warehouse. With reckless abandon. Spear. Lift him up. All the way up there, Conan.
Into the trademark. This one's for you, Hennig.
100-0. But, like, how many people were on the WCW roster? 40? You know, is he beating all these guys 3 times each? Like, what the fuck? Where's that 100 coming from? Oh, yeah, that Georgia Dome, Daniel. That was a beautiful win for Goldberg. Great moment. I just maybe argue that I don't care that it was on TV. I like when companies do that. But I would have maybe given it a little bit more hype, a match of that magnitude. There, they're turning on him. Boom. And the NWO is beating up Conan. Yeah, it's Wolfpack for life. That's what you guys always say. That's all they ever talk about, for life. There's Nash. Who else? Oh, Luger. Luger almost slipped. Oh, yeah, see? Joins the black and white right here. He changed colors. Well, I guess he's still NWO for life then. He's just a different color of NWO. It's NWO for life unless I want to change my colors. That's okay. Yep, no knee injury. You could tell when he was walking down the aisle, he was overselling.
Look at Goldberg. He just charges Conan and takes him down. I've had enough of you.
I've had enough of you.
Picks him up in the air.
Jackhammer.
Holds him there. Jackknifes him right to the mat. 3 seconds away from 100-0. The only wrestler in the history of this sport that I know of. Check the books if you want. Let's
Check the books if you want. I will, Bobby. I'm going to check them books.
to the United States Championship and hasn't even been wrestling 1 year. Damn, I like it.
Oh, it'll be Goldberg and Hennig at Bash at the Beach. Okay, we might have watched that one.
Bash at the Beach, the Midsummer Classic, all a part of the wrestling scene. Here's a look at July 12th, San Diego, California.
Oh, yeah. We did watch that one. It's in San Diego. It was here.
Enjoy the crystal waters,
Yeah, we watched that one a year or 2 ago.
sun in untouched, undiscovered paradise.
You ever skinny dip with a shark?
Who's that? Who are these guys? Oh, there's the Big Show, or there's Giant. Well, who are the other one? That didn't even look like Kevin Nash.
Sunday, July 12th, live and only on pay-per-view. Call your cable or satellite company to order now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Well, San Diego's definitely an upgrade from Baltimore, so come on out. Oh, we got Buffer for this one, huh?
Superstars will face off 2 against 2. Legends United versus Legends United. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, Michael Buffer.
Wrestling fans, are you ready?
Let's hope they are.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching
And the millions.
ladies and gentlemen, let's get her ready here. We have heard that famous
All right.
Michael Buffer for quite a while now, and it always excites us, puffs us up. But I really think that more than puffing us up, the term "Let's get ready to rumble" has a underlying meaning here when it comes to this tag team war, not only between the teams, but obviously the
Here comes Savage. I mean, he's looking pretty huge here.
history of professional wrestling. Two superstars with knowledge or dislike for each other, but tonight they are united because of their
I don't know why Vince wanted to, like, demote him to announcing when he was perfectly capable of working at a high level. Beyond that,
including pain, his over-the-top style. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend of the sport, the master of madness,
the Master of Madness.
I would say as expected.
The camera showed that sign. All those guys said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." I don't think Brett was that Jurassic, but he was only 41 in 98.
The music of one of the old-time legends of the sport. The Macho Man's partner.
The Macho Man's partner. Just introduce him as that.
With the Macho Man for the first time in history.
Yeah, the first time they're ever teamed up.
Glasgow, Scotland. Now, coming to us from Portland, Oregon, wearing his legendary kilt. He and his partner have one thing in common tonight. Their hatred of their opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, from professional wrestling known as a man of word, a man of honor, here's Rowdy Roddy Piper. A close look at
Punishment for Stephanie. I don't believe it happened.
hatred runs deep,
Doesn't make sense.
but doesn't tell me that they can really get through this tag team match. I say this is the first time ever here.
For life. Oh, I like the NWO shirt, girl. She gets her hands on her. Get out of my camera shot. This was so hard for me to look at as a fan. I'm like, what the hell is going on, these two together? Brett with Hogan and Beefcake. At WrestleMania 9. That's what we're looking at right here. And Hogan still with the belt, of course. Of course. Oh, this is a dubbed NWO theme? Yeah, you're probably right. It might be Hendrix. That might be why. Probably is. Tear off the shirt.
They agreed that they would go at it here. It's been a masterful plan by NWO Hollywood. And it's worked to perfection almost. It didn't stop them from getting in the ring, but it certainly did get them unglued.
Hogan, you're looking a little pale there. Who's the ring girl? She's trying to get something. She goes, I can't get him.
Hollywood Hogan, the disciple you saw, Bret Hart is ready.
Hogan, give her the jacket.
Almost he turned his back on his opponents.
Brett's like, get your hands off my jacket. Look at Piper and Savage are both on the outside. Piper's like, all right. It was hard for me to see Brett and Piper facing each other too. Like, to me, that WrestleMania 8 match is sacred. And in my mind, I never wanted to see them wrestle each other again. And so the fact that they had multiple encounters in WCW was just fucking... I was uncomfortable with the whole thing back then. This entire match made my skin crawl in 1998. I mean, this is a WWF match. Look at this ring. This is 4 WWF guys. I mean, at least Piper can kind of say he was there before because he was in the NWA and he worked the first Starrcade. But the rest of these guys are WWF guys.
He knows what the temper that Piper has, and he knows the temper Savage has. They're going to play with their minds here for a while.
All 4 of these men in the ring had feuds with Ric Flair.
Bret Hart helped Hogan defeat Savage to become world champ the day after Savage.
Actually, I don't know if you can call Brett's a feud. Brett just beat him for the title. But
The sneak attack on Roddy Piper.
Piper calls time and then attacks. Shh. The old... Look at Nick Patrick. I saw... Oh, look, Savage does it too. Why not? There's a Heartbreak Kids sign. Somebody's got a dry erase board, I think, out there, which wasn't seen very commonly back then. Oh, yeah, they were all in the cartoon. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed those little crowns and shit. So there's this new, you tap that community thing at the top. It's going to show you a leaderboard. And I think this, based on, if you read the little question thing there, it tallies up, you know, your messages and your chats and your engagement and whatnot, and kind of makes a leaderboard for each one. It resets after each stream, apparently. So anyway, if you want to partake in that, you get these little XP points or something. I don't know, just something YouTube's doing. So anyway, if you want to keep track of that stuff, it's up there for you. And of course, in the watch-alongs, at least I try to keep the Super Chat leaderboard open there. But it's cool to see them little crowns by your name. Oh, Daniel, I read Brett's book already. Before podcasts became a thing, or a regular thing, I was taking books with me, like on the plane, especially when I traveled and stuff. And I killed all of Brett's book, mostly traveling. A little bit at home, but mostly... I remember when I flew to Hawaii one year and just knocked out like half of it. Just couldn't put it down. I took it out to the pool when we got to the resort. I was just reading Bret Hart's book at the pool in Kauai. Life was pretty good.
Changes the momentum drastically here in this matchup.
Hogan with the front face lock tags in the heart.
Bret Hart knows a lot about tag team wrestling. I'm not sure Hogan knows that much about it.
I think any great wrestler put his time in does.
But it doesn't, what strategy do you come up with for Piper and Savage?
Well, I don't know what you got to do. I mean, I really think that Hogan and Hart thought that they would self-destruct before this. I think, if anything, they may be a little bit surprised, as we are, that they are functioning this well as a tag team.
How do you prepare for someone as unpredictable as Piper, along with the madness of Savage?
I think Tony thought, and Bret Hart thought, and Hogan and Bischoff, that they wanted to make a split here, that this match would never come up to be.
Bret is a heel up against Piper. Fucking Hogan is his teammate. And it's rare to see Bret and Savage in the ring together. I mean, this is very uncommon, so this is also kind of cool. This match trips me out. This match right here is right up there with the, like when the Blade Runners reunited on Nitro. Like, that was wild to me.
Looking pretty good themselves as well. And there you see Hollywood Hogan expending the time, stretching the rules for his advantage, and getting
Oh, okay, Barry. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what they're trying to do, is trying to catch up with some of the features you can find on Twitch. I think that's a good idea.
maybe I spoke too soon. Piper refuses to go down. You're not kidding, he does. Almost as the punishment, and the fans' chants are calling a inner reserve from the rowdy Scotsman.
Well, now the craziness will come out of him. When he gets hurt, he's really, really dangerous.
Savage not helping matters, but that's just instinct right there. Savage trying to help his partner. We've seen this in so many tag team matches where a partner will have seen enough, stalk across the ring to help, but in effect hinder more than anything else.
But you never know if Savage wants to help his partner, or if he just wants to get his hands on Hogan.
Well, that's a good point. Russian leg sweep
Russian leg sweep to Piper.
up on the middle turnbuckle. Bret Hart drives it home. Could be all, but it's not. Piper's out of it. Should have known that in two.
Oh, if Bret wrote a sequel to his book, I wouldn't even read it in order. I would go straight to the Goldberg chapter, and I'd read that 76 times, and then I'd start the book from the start. That'd be the first thing I'd do.
Last thing they want is for Piper to make that tag to Savage. You get a fresh, most dangerous man in the world in there.
This is just like an overwhelming Legends match. I mean, Hogan is a piece of shit, but you can't deny his influence on wrestling. And the other guys, I love all three.
Yeah, but meantime, Piper is either being double teamed or choked from outside by Hogan.
Roddy Piper sent into the near side ropes. Put the brakes on. Enough for an inside cradle. 1, 2.
Nick Patrick's counting a little better. He's not doing that weird
Reached out for a tag. Did he?
thing that he used to do.
I don't know. Yeah, they made contact. I saw it. Yeah. Piper reached up, and I believe he did tag.
Well, I saw, but like I've always said, rules are rules, and you have to go by them.
Oh, you always say that. Well, Nick Patrick was doing the right thing. He was watching the shoulders and not the tag. It was a tough spot for Nick, but it was a pity predicament right there.
Now, this is bad for Savage to do. Hogan lured him in the ring. Savage shouldn't go in that ring.
I mean, we are like all these months removed from that horrible Halloween Havoc match between Hogan and Piper. You'd think WCW would never put them in the ring together again after that debacle, but here we are, almost a year later, still going at it.
You have to wonder as Piper gets a wide vertical base, trying to prevent the tag between Hart and Hogan. You have to wonder if Savage can get back in.
Hart counters by maintaining that same wide base.
Here's another tag, and there's still going to be no tag allowed.
Hogan knows what he's doing. He's trying to frustrate Savage, and he's doing it.
Oh, smart move by Savage. He slid the chair in there, and Bret Hart headbutted the chair. That's actually good. That was pretty good.
Just in time for an attempted headbutt, and Bret Hart may be out.
Just as Bret Hart was going to make contact with the midsection of Piper, Savage was quick enough and smart enough.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania 5, WrestleMania 8, and War to settle the score, all wrapped up into one. And a little bit of WrestleMania 1, too. It's a little bit of WrestleMania 9 because you got Beefer out there. And hot tag made to Savage. Thank you, Juliet, for hooking up William with a channel membership. Appreciate that. Welcome, William, to the fam.
He takes them both on and takes them both down. Savage, a one-man destruct unit. But too many men in the ring, guys. And that stuff, that madness momentum. Hogan, no!
Oh, Hogan nails Brett.
Level Bret Hart. Piper. Savage.
Oh, double noggin knocker.
Scoops him.
Oh my God, they are doing moves by Brett. Oh, Savage falls.
Oh, his knee.
Savage's knee goes out.
He's been wearing that leg brace for quite some time on that knee. He's been advised to have it looked at surgery or something, but it's been damaged.
He went up top. I think obviously for his top rope elbow, his primary weapon, and he couldn't execute it. And I think as Piper gets gouged on the outside, I think he's going to try it again. But is there too much pain?
Look at the disciple going to town here with Piper outside.
The disciple going to town.
Oh no! Oh no! Piper tried to
This pay-per-view better get to stepping if it's only got, what, 17 minutes left?
this, guys.
We haven't even gotten to the main event yet. There we go. Brett's putting the sharpshooter on Savage. Fucking Hogan. Brett. Piper, Savage, Beefcake. It's like the 80s threw up. Ding, ding, ding.
What motivates a man to be like this?
Greed, money.
So did Savage submit there, I guess? Piper slaps down Brett, but hey, Brett got a win on pay-per-view because he was teaming with Hogan, so...
Elbow away from a victory, I think, for Savage and Piper. But that would not be the case. Seizing the moment with help from the disciple. And a lot of goings on the outside. Hogan goes to the knee.
Are we sure that's dubbed? That actually sounds like it might be legit. Okay, so this was it. So this was when he left. I wasn't sure because Savage was already starting to get pretty big here, as you can see. And I know that when he would come back, he would have the new gear on. Oh, Gene's going to try to get a word with these guys? For real?
Going on with the two of you, and how could you possibly continue on with a one-on-one match like we've talked about? Cody, he doesn't want to talk about it. It's going to help Savage up. Thank goodness.
Something going to happen here? Is that why they're doing this?
The two men tonight.
Nope. Yeah, Savage is going to nail him.
He's on one leg. Or so we thought. Savage, well, the bell sounds, and my God, he's going to stop.
No, we got one leg, I guess.
Okay, so is this where the match comes from?
He's using his already injured knee.
Because this is an actual match. Does the bell ring?
That brace on him, that's added pressure. And the match is underway. He's fighting
How did this match get made?
on one leg. Piper was the man of honor. Said, hey,
Oh, okay. It was your previous stip. I get it. That's right.
one-legged man. Yeah, you're right. Going up top.
And then Savage is just going to put him away. Nope.
And an elbow, but that's all.
Now, a sane man wouldn't think like that.
Just exemplifies what madness is all about.
Well, I mean, what his leg's gone through, he's got a leg brace, and he still wants to fight. Piper was going to help that.
One, two, no. Piper kicks out instinctively. Boy, we didn't expect this. The last thing we
Oh. Oh, Savage. Well, that should be the end of the match then. You just punched Little Nate. Oh. Unless a Little Savage wants to run down and replace him. Or a Little Pipes.
Shot from Piper to the eyes. We're getting in the midst of dirty street fighting right now. Go at the books.
Piper's going for that bad leg. He knows what to do in a street fight.
All right, so this is all it here for Savage. So when he comes back, that's going to be the Gorgeous George version of him.
After a sharpshooter, what can Savage take?
He's got nothing left in that leg.
Another referee coming down.
The referee in as Charles Robinson has been dead.
Savage is going to submit twice. And there's them referees pointing to the hard cam again. You know how I love that. I wasn't aware the bell was over there, but that's what they do in that company.
That he originally did not want. And it's almost a bewildered look on the face of Roddy Piper.
Mike, thanks for the 5. Not ashamed to admit it. Cried when Savage passed away. Still pisses me off that he wasn't inducted until after he died. Yeah, I wish he could have gone in way before that. I remember my sister texted me, checking on me when Savage died. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm fine. I mean, it's sad, but I'm okay. You know, just it's a big chunk of my childhood, though, you know?
With officials and everything else here. I'm not sure he feels the pain. He probably can't walk because physically he just can't. But the pain, he has snapped. He has to give up right now. Piper slaps him in that figure four. There's nowhere to go. Can't make it to the ropes. Piper bewildered. Victor is still bewildered.
I know Savage submitted twice. What a way to go out.
At many stages, incredibly, a tag team match that took us by surprise, and then at the end shocked us even more. Right now, as we talk, the Macho Man Randy Savage is being helped out. Referee Mickey J.
Look at these crackheads.
One leg here.
Savage is probably outmatched fighting 4 or 5 people right now. Let's see, maybe myself.
All right, so what the hell is the main event here? Sting? And the Giant?
Ladies and gentlemen, coming along at this time, the final match of the Great American Band. 2 men will now face each other in an all-out clash of original
He's smoking.
versus the NWO Wolfpack. Coming to the ring first, wearing black, he stands 7 feet 4 inches.
Like the Giant is attempting to match the NWO cool factor, you know? But that cigarette is not it. It's too big. Looks like he's just got a tiny little piece of paper in his mouth. I'm gonna smoke, because that'll make me look cool like Hall and Nash. No, not even close, Big Show. He is giant. Is that Wayne Newton?
I think that's an answer to Sting. Remember during an interview recently, Sting talked about the Giant getting into better shape and he's not smoking.
Oh, Tito. What's up, buddy? How you doing? He's like, what?
Puffing on a cigarette. The night of first rolls on.
He'll sleep on the, or he'll not sleep, but he'll lay on the table a lot, like in the summertime when it's hot. What's that growling? Is that what they did? Was that growling sound effect always there? That's horrible.
Wearing black with red, weighing 254 pounds. Now a member of the Wolfpack, the Lone Wolf is now a member of the Wolfpack. This superstar comes in tonight.
Sting. He was a part of that whole thing when Hogan turned, and then there he is.
He is the master of the Scorpion Deathlock. He is the man known as Sting.
As they stand and applaud and cheer Sting. The bell sounds, and here we go.
Giant, you're so stupid. At least make that like a joint. It's a fucking Marlboro. Even in 1998, smoking was played out. If any of y'all in the chat smoke, I ain't trying to be your dad or nothing, but you need to knock that shit off. Because you will die from it. Oh, he's gonna blow it in his face like Morton Downey Jr.? Smacked him upside the head. Literally smacked him upside the head. And he, Big Show or Giant takes it. Damn, Sting going to town on him. There you go. Yeah, it's going to have to be a quick match here. Tomato Sting. He does look like Tomato Sting.
Sting is the master of energy surges. There's nothing like it in the sport.
The Tomato Death Drop.
Such a star, with such a fan favorite, is the way he can take a match and all of a sudden ignite the match. Well, a Bigfoot ended that. And now the Giant in charge. Notice how the Giant, much more methodical than Sting here.
Giant, 513 pounds. That's what he weighed last Monday.
513. Good for you, Foxstar. I don't want any of you guys smoking because I want to keep y'all in the chat alive and healthy and well with nice clear lungs. As I cough. Shh.
With the cross-body block attempt by Sting, and here comes the Giant, and 500-plus pounds dropped down.
I remember as a kid when I first heard about the green monster, like before I knew what it was, I'm like, what is this green monster you're saying? I thought it was a real monster. I'm like, oh.
Their torso as well as their elbow. He's the foot of the elbow and all of his weight behind that.
There's a green monster in Boston? Well, good. I'm glad it's not here. Come on, Billy Silverman, chill out. He's allowed to do that, right? You can't snake eyes somebody? Yelling and screaming, Billy Silverman.
And if he wins, the white and the black
He's off his rocker. There may be no saving Silverman. He might be too far gone. Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Hollywood has possession of the world's heavyweight title as well as the world's tag team belts.
Sting may be out here, guys. Sting did not move when he was speared in the top turnbuckle. And the Giant went over and literally picked him up. And hugged him across with a massive bear hug.
You know, as good as Sting is and the way everybody loves him and what that man's accomplished, just comes a time when you got to think, maybe this guy's just too big for me. Maybe this Giant is just too big for me.
Grabbing and tugging and pulling and Billy Silverman did not get a response from Sting. He went to grab the hand and Sting jerked it back down. What's happening here is that they've been wrestling the Giants type of match.
1,
Stalking,
2.
pushing, bear hug.
It's been a power battle to this point. Can Sting turn the tide?
Now he's biting him. Jesus.
Gnawed right across the bridge of the nose of the Giant. That stopped him momentarily.
Into the ropes. Ducking low. A drop kick on the knee.
Well, that took the big guy down real quick.
Sting had the presence of mind through all of that to go for his one target, the knee, to keep the man down.
And don't forget, he's not an average man. He's carrying 500 pounds on that.
Nailed him.
There's the Stinger splash delivered to the back of the Giant. Gonna go for it again. Turned him around, caught him from the front. He's got the big man wobbling at the corner.
Wow, big slam by Sting. Sting still had some power in 98, man. Crowd pop for that.
And that wasn't a hip lock, and he didn't catch him off momentum.
Deathlock in. Oh, powered right out.
Powered out with those legs.
Just straighten his leg out.
Legs too strong, too big. Sting up on it. There's making the attack again.
There you go. He got him with the tomato death drop. And he kicks out. Next week's watch along, I think we're going to do King of the Ring 01. That might be the one. We talked about that earlier. I think that's the plan for now. Nope. I think Giant's knee went out. There you go. Boom.
Scorpion death drop again. Second time. Can he do it in 1, 2? No. The man didn't stay down.
But he's smart enough to stay down and take that count pass too. That's right. To get all the oxygen he can get. There's not a lot left.
It's what big time sports are all about. Giving it everything.
Oh, you used Sting as Kane in the Revenge game? That's cool.
See magnificent athletes in every
That's a more high-tech version of what I used to do with my toys. If I didn't have the right action figure, I'd use one as the other one. Like with the wrestlers. My Big John Studd, I had to use him for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It worked. Oh, another one, like a tornado death drop, and Sting is one. And so what does this mean? Does this mean he can now choose his tag team championship partner? If he owns control of the titles. What a weird pay-per-view main event. A singles match for the tag team titles. Okay, so Sting can pick. Who does he pick? I don't know. Help me out. Who does he pick on Nitro? Does he pick tomorrow? Luger? We could do an AWA watch along, something from the 70s. That would be awesome. Oh, your LJ and Big John was Barry Windham. That also works. He has the hair. I thought he looked more like Hacksaw because he had the beard. But yeah, I was using the LJ and Big John. Oh, yeah, that's right. Daniel Bryan was also, I am the tag team champions. No, I am the tag team champions. Oh, he picks Nash. Okay. Sting and Nash.
Well, I tell you, a lot of questions tomorrow on WCW Monday Nitro.
Yeah, better tune in tomorrow to WCW Monday Nitro, guys.
Title partner, will Chris Jericho get the cruiserweight belt? We all seem to think, yeah, by all rights he should.
I think WWE was kind of winning at this point. They started coming back. They might have been trading some wins, so I don't know if they win that show tomorrow. I don't know if they win or lose that week, but they were on the upswing. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. All right. That is a wrap on Great American Bash. I'm really glad we picked that one because that had an ass ton of matches. That had so many matches. All the way to that first Booker T match with Benoit, and Canyon and Saturn, Jericho and Malenko, Hoovy and Reese, Chavo and Eddie, Booker T again, Goldberg, Brett and Hogan, 2 Piper and Savage matches. Like, my God, what a show. So, yeah, we'll probably bust out King of the Ring 2001 next week unless we think of a better possibility. Like I said, tomorrow night, not going to be here for a Raw review, so we will be here maybe on Tuesday since we do have some news. I was going to wait till Thursday and drop predictions, but I might do a stream on Tuesday. I just got to figure out my schedule, and we'll talk about the releases of today because there might be more tomorrow. We don't know with R-Truth and Carlito, that whole situation, plus whatever happened on Raw, and plus whatever else we need to talk about. I'm sorry, then predicting Money in the Bank. We'll do all of that probably Tuesday because I want to talk about also the CM Punk and AJ Styles and El Grande Americano triple threat that is happening tomorrow night on Raw, which I'm also really interested in. So I'll have my eyes on all of that, and I'll be sending out tweets and whatnot. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with you in a couple of days. Thanks again for being here. If you don't mind, smashing that thumbs up button on your way out the door, and I will catch y'all next time. Have a good one. Peace.